seems like I see one almost every day.
When is right for me? When is right for me?
Whatever the hottest day of the year is. Hottest day of the year. The hottest day of the year. Hottest day of the year. What is that? Benjamin, what is that? Is that a little version or what? Did you not get the text early? I sent it early. Huh?
I think my dates are staying early, late.
Okay. Hey, I hope you can find it any you can give me.
Nobody does Miss Brown.
No respect at all. Hey, you got to watch reaction of the community. Rodney Dangerfield and Don Rickman. You got to see it. The young ones, they love it.
Why say it's in America?
I won't have that. I like that. He's coming down against Illuminati.
She said he's the latter. Want to call him to a we want to welcome all visiting guests to this meeting. I also want to let everybody know last meeting we came out of executive session and voted on some things that wasn't on the agenda. One being Jones County on the social media litigations lawsuit, and it's against the social media giants, Facebook, Instagram, and things of that nature. Saying it's causing our students emotional distress. No cost to the county, but we are naming that lawsuit. Candace, there's a form present. Pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the minutes. Move to approve. Got a motion to approve April 8th, 2024 and 15 minutes. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Board agenda. We do need to amend that agenda to add that resolution that you have in front of you.
I'm making a motion to amend the agenda and add the resolution for where does it need to go?
Action item.
In the action item.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Any opposed? That's all recognition.
Good evening. Thank you for all of you for being here at this time. I'd like to ask William Sutton, our emergency management coordinator for Jones County Public Schools, to provide an honor to some very special people.
So this month we want to recognize some very important people in our school system. We recently were able to put a SRO resource officer at every school, and we're so thankful to have the partnership we do with our Sheriff's Department, Lieutenant Andrea Fay and Andrew Fay and Colonel J.J. Urban and our Sheriff Matt Wyman. The partnership we have with them is so great, and we want to make sure that we continue that partnership. And we want to recognize our SROs this month at our board meeting to show our appreciation for what they do for our schools and keeping them safe. If you've been in the schools, you see them always going around, and they're very active in our schools and they're building relationships. We want to make sure that they are recognized for their efforts because we know that a student learns and a student is successful when they feel safe. And we want to make sure that they know how much we appreciate them and everything they do with Jones County Schools. And so our first one is Mr. John Craig. He's at Pottsville now, and he was at Comfort. So what we plan on doing is rotating, so all our SROs are they're comfortable at every school, and they know everybody in the schools. And we want to make sure that they have the greatest impact on our school. All of them see how great our SROs are. So, Mr. John Craig, thank you for all you do. Thank you. That's kind of school. We're gonna get a picture. Well, up here. Yeah, we'll get a picture. There you go. Yes. Johnson, this one. Yeah.
Thank you.
Our next SRO we want to recognize is Mr. Christian Nelson. He is now at Maysville Elementary and was at the high school. Next was Mr. Andrew Odom. He's now at Comfort. He was at Maysville. And Mr. Odom right here has been really helpful in trying to get our school safety intact, and he's getting quotes and everything from window tinting places and everything to make sure our school. He's been very active in that process. We're so thankful to have somebody like Mr. Odom with us. I think Miss Gillis was ready to cry. Whenever she found out that he was leaving. All right, so next one who's now at the high school. He has been a very good addition to the SRO team. He's one of the new ones, but you can't tell with how he handles himself in the schools and everything. He's been very great. Mr. Sean Pollard. Who's now at the high school. There we go, man. Sit down. Sit down. There you go. And the last one is one of our new additions. Just come on with us last week, I think. And he is just, taking it, grabbed life out of horns, and he's doing a great job. And he's at high school now with Mr. Paula and is Mr. Keelandra White. Also known as Kilo. That's all I have.
JJ can answer this, and the answer might be not yet, but do any of your deputies have children within the system that you know of?
I'm sorry. Lila Groom, her kids go in Jones County. Corey, who was with us, his kids are still here. I'm trying to think.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but
I'm trying to process.
Yeah.
Who else has kids go to public schools here?
We have a couple of our jailers. Stephanie Hall has a daughter at Trenton Elementary. Alfredo Diaz also works in our jail. He has a son at the high school. We're going to see somebody.
If y'all approve of what we're doing, much like I'm sorry.
Sorry, I apologize.
No, you go ahead. I didn't mean to put in on it.
Processing.
If y'all approve of what we're doing, and the part that you don't, let us know, and we'll be the same way with y'all. But y'all could do a whole lot in the community as far as helping us, and vice versa. So if y'all hear good things, we'd like for you to spread it. If you hear things that maybe we can build on, let us know.
I think the school system's doing a great job.
Please let people know that, please, because a lot of the good news doesn't get out. Thank you, sir. Thank y'all. We're better because of y'all. Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all.
Go to our discussion items, Spring 2024 PLS update, first reading.
So, Chairman, members of the board, you have in front of you a copy of the policies to lead schools updates. You see a link there should be in your folder there. You see there is a link that you actually can go online and view these updates in more detail. I just highlighted a few to share with you. One being Policy 2127, board member technology use. 3230, technology and education program and technology responsible use. And then the graduation requirements, which is something that's extremely important as we start to move into the next school years coming forward. Just please take note of those. In the back of this packet, it goes into more detail, and it also quotes case law related to these different policies and those updates. And let me know if you have any questions. Again, this is first reading, so we'll come back and go over this in the future.
Anything concerning that?
Not to in my first reading, I would most definitely take a look at the case law regarding policy 2127.
Way to highlight. Thank you.
Yes, sir. The AI is very important, which is the second policy that's referenced, because it's here to stay, and we want to be on top of it as far as the responsible use of artificial intelligence in our schools.
Mr. Griffin, any question?
No.
Yeah. That's good.
Am I reading that 3460 correct? As I'm reading it, there's, you can't add any or credits for.
This prohibits local boards from requiring additional credits for graduation beyond those mandated by the state board. That's correct.
Okay, no question.
Department update.
Department updates. I first off want to thank Human Resources. Wynn has come in, Mr. Whittington's come in, and he's hit the ground running. This is contract season. This is licensure renewal season for Human Resources, payroll. It's a very, very busy time. A week ago, he organized the Teacher of the Year interviews. That's an exciting time. Our Teacher of the Year will be announced on June 6th at the end of the year banquet. I'd like to thank Mr. James Harper, Charlie Dunn, Sheriff Weinman, Nancy Barbie for participating on the committee to select our next Teacher of the Year.
Awesome.
I'd also like to thank Lisa Morton. Lisa Morton organized for all of our fourth grade students to participate in a farm to school field trip to Newburgh. Our students enjoyed it. I had a few compliments from parents. The kids, obviously enjoyed getting out of school, but it was a different event to see where some of their food comes from. Finally, CTE highlight is the FFA reverse drawing is May 10th, which is this Friday at 6 p.m. at the Civic Center. So community members, just make sure that you're aware of that time. Board members also want to make sure that you're aware of that time as well.
Bryce, say that one more time.
We got tickets.
The FFA reverse drawing is May 10th at 6 p.m. at the Civic Center.
You didn't tell me to, but I get it.
Thank you, sir.
Mr.
Yes,
Walker,
sir.
any more questions?
No, sir.
Mr. Griffin,
No.
Ms. Fiat,
No.
Ms. Bird.
No question.
Superintendent update.
Thank you again for those that are here. Thank you to those of you watching at home, whether it's right now or tomorrow morning. We like to begin with highlights because there's so many great things that are happening in our school system, and I do not want them to go unnoticed. First of all, I want to congratulate Mr. Thomas Hamill. He is a sophomore at Jones Senior High School. He's been accepted to the North Carolina School of Math and Science. There were over 600 applicants in the state of North Carolina. Thomas was selected. If you see him or a family member, please tell them congratulations. Last Thursday evening, 19 new inductees at Jones Senior High School were inducted into the National Honor Society. There are 81 students in the junior class. That means 23% of them qualified for National Honor Society, which is an amazing number. It's I don't know what was in the water, but we need to keep adding to it.
Say that last thing one more time.
Okay.
What was the group that did that?
The junior class, 19 new inductees into the Jones Senior Honor Society, National Honor Society.
Thank you, Russ.
We've just recently received the.
Tell me it's on the screen. Somebody hit me with a bottle.
You'll remember next time.
I doubt it. Please burn.
During the last week, North Carolina released the teacher working condition survey for each district in the state. One thing I'm very pleased to announce is Jones County Public School increased in 26 out of 29 measures compared to 2022. The most important in retention is the first measure that the state uses to assess a teacher's satisfaction. Overall, my school is a good place to work and learn. 93% of our staff agreed. We have work to do, but that's a great number. County commissioners visited Maysville last Friday. I do want to commend Dr. Mandy Gillis. Dr. Mandy Gillis had her student leadership team do the tour, guide the tour for the commissioners. They facilitated the entire process. The commissioners were very, very impressed with not only the maturity and the responsibility of our students, but how articulate they were when they toured the classrooms. And that was James Harper and Commissioner Dunn.
They were the ones who showed up.
And County Manager Kyle Smith. Special Olympics, awesome event, not only for our students, but for our faculty as well. Parents enjoyed attending the event. I do want to give thanks to Miss Christy King. That's an extensive project. Carly Humphrey helped her as well. Thank you to both of them for the amount of work that they put in to make that event special for our kids. Looking forward, we're getting into testing and celebration and graduation season. This Thursday, May 9th, we have students from Jones Senior High School graduating at LCC at 7 p.m. EOG testing in grades 3 through 5 and EOC testing in grades 6 through 12 begins the week of May 22nd, and it will go into the end of the school year. So keep that in mind, parents, families. This is when we're kind of grinding down and kids are getting ready to test, and sometimes that can create anxiety. Just let them know that their teachers have done a wonderful job and they worked hard and they're going to make us proud. Our end of the year banquet is June 6th at 11 a.m. in the Harry Brown Gymatorium. Lunch will be provided, and we expect our board to be in attendance. The county commissioners have been invited as well, and we look forward to their attendance. Jones Senior graduation is June 8th at 10 a.m. That's in the Harry Brown Gymatorium. We're excited for that and to send off our seniors in a celebration.
What are the initial dates of the EOG? Usually 3 days, but what are the 2 following the May 22nd?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 22nd,
I usually,
24th.
yeah, step out with comfort, and I needed the dates.
Thank you, Dr. Gillis.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sauce, any questions?
Yeah, I have a comment, if I may. And I have to keep it simple because I don't have a lot of capacity. But anyway, I used to stress to my football players, and this is the most important time of the year when it comes to testing. If they get another hour and a half rest, I mean, I know that's a very, very, very simple thing, but eating good, and if you don't eat good and sleep good, that one night a year, I mean, just that, I would put it to them. Do me just one favor, one day a year, and it's going to help you. I guarantee it'll help you 10% on your testing, at least. And I'll take 10%. I'll steal 10% any day I can get it when it's something that's simple. But rest and nutrition the night before these tests mean a lot. Even if you're behind on the whole year, you're still gonna score better on that test, I think. Thank you.
Let's go.
No.
Let's go.
No questions.
All right. Action item A, out-of-state field trip request.
Greetings. First and foremost, I want to thank you, Mr. Chairman, the members of the board, the superintendent, and all that's under the sound of my voice for affording me this opportunity to speak with you this afternoon regarding Jones Senior's host of out-of-state field trip request. I am Saddam Morrell, Jones Senior High School social science teacher and the HOSA advisor. I am requesting approval for the HOSA International Leadership Conference field trip, which is scheduled for June 25th to June 30th in Houston, Texas. And this is via round trip United Airlines. 2 chaperones will attend along with myself and 13 students. This was an amazing accomplishment for these 13 students. They all placed at the State Leadership Conference in April in Greensboro and are all eligible to attend the International Leadership Conference in Houston, Texas. I provided documentation on the field trip request form, the agenda, the expenses, and the accommodations and the air flight, with the amendment that the room accommodations is now located where the International Leadership Conference will be held. We welcome any financial assistance to assist our students and parents. Thank you in advance for this consideration, and I'll be more than willing to answer any questions at this time.
Mr. Walker, any questions?
You know, with all the trust in the world in you,
So I
bring them all back.
put all the trust in our higher being,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
just pray for us as we travel for safe arrival and safe return.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Griffin?
Not really.
Ms. Real?
Proud of you.
Yes, yes.
I'm proud of this lady.
Thank you.
And the banquet the other night was just phenomenal, above and beyond as always. Hostess
Thank
with the
you.
most.
It's all about the students. We want to make them better and not bitter.
And you did.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Now off to a pinning ceremony.
Noah, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Thanks.
Motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the out of county,
I'll
I
say.
mean, out of whatever, out of state.
Got a motion? Got a second? All in favor?
All right.
Any opposed? Budget amendment number 8.
Good evening, board. I've presented to you budget amendment number 8. Last month, the board did approve, budget amendment number 7. And budget amendment number 8 makes the adjustment that gives us a net increase of a little over $86,000. That net increase primarily is coming from additional funds that we received from our state allotments. There's various PRCs. Our technology PRC received an additional $773. Summer camp funds have come in, PRC 016. We received additional funding for our transportation department, additional funding for books. And then Ms. Sadana was able to get a grant through the state for the CTE program of $19,900. And what's really rare about the grant that she was able to procure is that those funds are endless. So we'll keep them until they're exhausted. So, you know, she can keep them for the next 3 or 4 years as long as it takes her to spend those funds. But she did get those funds through a grant from the state. And in addition to our additional state allocations, we also received just a little bit more than $4,000 for our CTE program. They did some fundraising and then added to their Educators of Color grant program. Those are all the changes that I have for budget amendment 8. I'll answer any questions that anyone might have.
Ms. Berry, any questions?
No questions.
Ms. Real?
No.
Motion.
Make a motion.
Second. Okay.
Motion. You got Ms. Griffin, second. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. Approval of audit contract.
Yes, sir. It is coming time for us to have our audit for fiscal year 2024. And Anderson, Smith and White have been our auditors since 2020. I'm asking that we continue with them this year. I know in the year that I've been here, they have been phenomenal in terms of assisting us with getting through the audit process. They have been responsive, very detailed. Their staff have just been just very helpful. And so I'd really like to keep them on for this year to help us with our audit this year. And then what I'd like to do is going into the next year, take the time to seek competition, to put out some requests for quotes from other auditors and do some background checks to see how they have been able to assist other agencies, and then present to the board another recommendation for our auditors coming up for the next year. But for this year, I am asking that we continue with the same auditors that we've had for the last 4 years.
I'll make a motion to extend the contract through this year, or this coming year.
Got a motion?
Second.
Got a second. Any further discussion?
I just want to say that right there is the reason why I think more of this lady every time as we deal with her. She's completely happy with who we've got right now, for now, but she's in favor of opening and keeping everybody fresh. Thank you, Ms. Raby. Thank you very much.
Did they request the increase in?
Yes, sir, they did request an increase this year, and their increase this year came up to about, it was an 8% increase. Last year was 29,500. This year they're asking for 32,000. But over the last 4 years, their increases have not been expensive. So if you averaged it out, it was about a 1% increase per year.
Good.
Yeah, I'm good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
24-25 board meeting schedule.
Board members, I want to thank Candace Gardner for organizing and planning the board meeting calendar for next school year already. We wanted to make sure that you had it as early as possible. The board meetings are scheduled for first Monday of each month, with the exception of September because of Labor Day.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Got a motion to approve?
I'm second, but I got a question.
Got a second? Any further discussion?
I got a question. November, January 6th, are we back in school by the time already in?
Yes, sir.
I'll just wonder.
Yeah,
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Last action item, resolution.
This is just a formal resolution approving the sale that the board has already approved of the property to the town of Maysville, just declared surplus a couple meetings ago. We've been in contact with the town attorney and are working on the paperwork to effectuate the sale, but this is just a formal resolution authorizing that, noting that the board has already declared the property surplus, wishes to sell it on the terms reflected.
Need a motion.
Thank you. So does that, when that comes in, that payment comes in, does it have to be allocated to a certain account?
Go ahead.
Make a motion.
Got a motion.
Make a second.
Got a second. Any further discussion?
I do have a question on because I don't know whether you have a conflict with you being county manager in town. I mean, the chair of this board and the town manager's gonna be speaking. Is there gonna be a conflict there? I'm not against the sale. I'm just saying him, does he need to recuse himself from anything on this vote?
At
You
the
see where
moment,
I'm going?
yeah, I mean, I think if there were any basis for recusal, that would have been in the past, when I was considering the sale in the first instance. For this, there would be no conflict.
That was the only question. I'm good.
Got a motion and second. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Public comment.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, we have three folks signed up for public comment. First, we have Ms. Kylie Barr. That's not that correct? Discussing school transportation.
Just to let you know, this is a public comment. We generally don't answer the questions. We have 3 minutes.
My name is Kylie Barr. I'm a student here at Jones Senior High School. Recently, I have been dealing with issues with my bus driver. I've only been a student here in North Carolina for 2 years, and within the 2 years that I have been on this bus, there have been issues that it's just time for something to happen, something to change. The first time with moving here, everything was okay. I used to have this bus driver's name was Miss Chadwick. Issues happened, and they changed to another bus driver. And now, ever since me and my siblings have been riding this bus, we have felt very targeted. It's definitely not a safe environment on that bus. It's to the point where getting up every single morning, it's, school, you're supposed to want to feel safe when you go to school in the morning. But it's getting to the point where I don't even want to wake up in the morning. I just want to stay asleep and stay in my bed. And I'm trying to get on the bus, and the first thing I'm hit with in the morning one day when I'm speaking with my sister, I was previously speaking to her in the driveway regarding that I was getting my license soon. She goes, well, I hope you get your license soon so you can get off my bus. I also have text evidence of me texting my stepmom. There have been moments on the bus where she has said stuff to my siblings. There have been moments where she wanted to arrange a seating chart on the bus, but instead of doing the seating chart herself, she gave the documents to a student, and the student has some prejudice against certain students on that bus, and she got to take the private documents home with her to make the seating chart herself instead of the bus driver doing the work. And ever since then, and ever since we reported it and my siblings have had issues with it, she has been targeting certain kids on the bus. It's definitely not fair. Like, I'm just trying to sit on the bus and come home from school, and I'm just getting yelled at. If you guys would like, I do have some text messages between me and my stepmom, if you guys would like to hear some of it, so you can understand how I felt in some of those moments when she was talking to us, if you guys would like.
What bus you ride?
I'm on bus 145. It's one of the Maysville buses. So it first started in February, when the bus driver gave the papers to the student. The first time I messaged my stepmom, it was February 29th at 3:28 p.m., 3 minutes after getting dismissed from school. The bus driver is yelling again, and then she was going after my sister, teaching her to take me pictures. I don't have enough time to share all of this.
But you can feel free to share with the superintendent.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you. Might I say one quick thing? We're normally not supposed to respond. I don't even want to ask you, have you? But if this persists, please make sure to go to your principal first.
We tried that.
Okay. Thank you, honey. Thank you.
Thank you for having the courage to come.
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, thank you.
You did a very good job. Did a good job. Good
You
job.
make things better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next, we have Ms. Shauna Kinney. Speak on the same issue.
I'm not sure how to follow that. That was pretty good. My name is Shauna Kinney. I have a daughter who also rides that same bus. Really, she's been riding the bus here in this school system for 3 years. Never really had a good bus driver. I understand that there have been multiple bus drivers. However, this seems to be a consistent problem that we have with that route. The first one, very inconsistent schedule. There will be times where she, in the morning, my daughter won't get on the bus until an hour past the pickup time. So my daughter's scheduled bus stop is for 6:21. We were out there until 7:15 one day, waiting. No message, no call. Same thing with late drop off. My daughter will be missing for an hour and a half, and it's because the bus driver decided that she wanted to turn around and go back to the school. Again, no message, no call. I've made panic phone calls to the office of the school, of the high school, with no one to answer them, not knowing where my daughter is. My daughter comes home from school, tells me things have happened on the bus. It's almost a daily basis. Some of the things that she said to me, the students will be threatened, but the bus driver, don't make me turn this bus around. I will swap your seats. Whatever. I understand kids being unruly. 100%, I'm a parent, I get that. And when you get a group of them with only one adult, again, I understand. However, it's just an ongoing thing. She has also pointed fingers and accused students who I can guarantee are not doing the things accused. My daughter has told me that she has used racial slurs. She, like Kylie said, she shows prejudice among certain students. And one thing that Kylie didn't really touch on that I want to here in the last 30 seconds, and the most important of all of the students on that bus is the safety of them. I have heard multiple times of the bus driver stopping in the middle of her route, getting off of the bus and taking a phone call. Thankfully, she's not driving while she's talking on the phone, but there's got to be a better way. There has to be something better for our kids. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Ms. Michelle Barr.
Okay,
Speak
so I'll
on
just touch base.
the same issue.
Hi, I'm Michelle Barr. That is my stepdaughter. I do have 5 other students in Jones County Schools. 5 other students. So I have a total of 6 students at the Jones County Schools. 5 of them of which are at the Jones County High School. And they do ride that bus 145. I have been having problems with that bus since day one. I remember the first day of school, and this is where it really started, and I have reached out to multiple people about this. As soon as my kids got on that bus, she was like, oh great, I have you guys again. As an adult, I feel like you shouldn't be talking to a student that way, especially not when that does not belong to you. Again, about the messages, the bus is never on time. And there are times where she's early as well, honking the horn. The kids are trying to run out the door. And I think there's been twice where my kids have missed the bus because she came like 20 minutes early. We do have pictures. We do have proof of her stopping and off of that bus in the middle of the road, speaking with another student's parent. So we do have the proof of all of that. I think I have sent it over a few different times. Again, I have been in contact with a few of the different SROs. I've been in contact with superintendent. I have also been in contact with the principal, the prior vice, or assistant principal, I think. He used to be, he's not anymore. I have also been in contact with the bus garage. I have been in contact with people that are like sheriffs that aren't even part of the SROs, just so I can get some type of insight on this. It has gotten to the point where my kids are coming off the bus crying. Okay, they are on that bus. I have 13 through 16. There should not be a reason a 13 through 16-year-old is coming off that bus crying because they are so scared to get on that bus. So we need to get something done about this. I am acting as a single parent right now of 6 kids. I cannot be in 2 places at once. I have 1 vehicle. I can't let her drive it every day. I need my kids to feel safe on that bus. And if I don't feel like they're safe, that's also a problem. I am very much about the kids' safety on that bus and the welfare of them. And them not being comfortable being on that bus is a big problem. So I'm hoping we can get something figured out after all of this. Thank you.
That's
it.
Yes, sir.
Board member comments. Ms. Bird.
What was that? What did I say? Say that again. I wasn't paying attention.
Board member comments.
Board member comments, yes. Okay, so I had the pleasure of stopping to the Special Olympics. It was amazing. Those kids did a great job. I didn't stay for the whole thing, but they were so excited to have their own special time. And their bravery, the one little guy, I'm not sure where he came from, he had a little sign that said strength and bravery, courage, he had a little sign he made so he could remind himself that he could do this. So it's really nice to see that that was a great event, just a really great event. They even carried the torch. I also had the pleasure of attending the Honor Society and the HOSA pinning. It was remarkable, the Honor Society, to see how many of these kids have been inducted. The HOSA pinning, we have, was it 9 or 8? I think it's 8.
8.
There are 8 students that have accomplished their CNA certificate while in high school under Miss Savannah Morrell. So they can go right into the workforce, or they can go into the next program to carry them into nursing. I want to give a shout out to Jerron Pittman. His speech was amazing. That was the best speech ever. I wasn't a punt intended or anybody else, but he did a fantastic job on that. Congratulations to Dr. Gillis on her graduation, as well as Stephen Howard and Michael White. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to Thomas Hamill for being accepted to the School of Science. That is just phenomenal. Appreciate our SROs. Keeping our kids safe. And I have a text message from a parent that asked that I read this for thank you. And so this is from, hold on. She couldn't be here because she's still sick with a stomach issue. But it says, thank you. Hold on. Dear board, let me find it. Hold on. Let's see. Where did it go? Thank you all so very much. You guys have just totally blessed my heart so much. Wait a minute. I'm reading the wrong one. She sent to. Okay. Dear school board members, principals, school counselors, coaches, teachers, and parents, on behalf of Samuel Prado, we would like to say thank you. Thank each one of you for phone calls, the texts, the visits, but mostly the prayers. In some of Sam's darkest hours, you guys were there for him and still continue to be there for him. I can honestly say the Jones County School Board as well as the staff at Jones Middle and Jones Senior High School have gone over and beyond in helping Sam during his most difficult time. We are truly blessed and proud to say we are Jones County. So if any time while you are serving in the capacity in our small community and you feel you are not making a difference, just remember, it's the small things you do that makes the huge impacts on the young individuals we are bringing up in Jones County. Some might say a phone call or visit isn't much. However, we would beg to differ and stand to say it is everything. Thank each and every one of you for taking time away from your own life to better the lives of our future generations. Respectfully, Sonoma Creasler. And for those of you that are not aware, her son was involved in a recreation head injury football and was airlifted to invite it, and he's home, and everyone pulled together. I'm really proud of our school, our staff, and everyone involved. So hopefully he'll get better and be back soon.
He's doing very well, not interrupting, but his biggest worry was being picked on for wearing a neck brace that week. He had to wear it after he didn't want to be picked on in school. I said, that's your biggest worry after you being flown out of here. That's not a worry.
Right.
But, we're blessed. He wasn't even working on it. Thank you, Miss Lisa.
Yes, and so that's all I have, other than thank you again, Kylie, for coming and sharing your concerns.
Yes.
She said it was well done. Same. I concur.
Great. We didn't wear black. I didn't wear black.
I'm good.
Why didn't I wear here?
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you everybody for coming. We're about to enter an executive session, discuss personnel matter. Motion.
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor? Any opposed?